Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've been able to record a video, and I'm sorry about that, but I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and at first I was pretty hesitant to make this video in the first place, but after thinking about it I decided, well, maybe nobody will ever see it. At least somebody put it out there, because I don't see anyone saying what I'm about to say other than in some corner of an internet forum. So, as those of you who know me might know, I have a slight background in game design, and I've been playing games for a long time, and fighters have been one of my favorite genres from day one, and DOA is definitely one of my favorites ever since Tekken pretty much stopped existing. DOA has taken its place with a huge force when it comes to fighting games. So, when DOA came out on the 30th of March for PC, we noticed a lot of things were missing. One of which was the soft engine, which allowed character skin and whatnots to appear softer and more realistic. We noticed missing particle effects that were rendered in the next-gen versions of the game. And we also noticed that there were a couple of maps missing from the other versions that were included, rather, in the other versions of DOA5 last round. And then MCV received a statement from the developer and publisher of this game, and that letter basically said, we don't want PC gamers to be able to mod this game because we feel that it disrespects the image of the franchise, and we would prefer that they use the game in a good and moral manner. Now, here's the thing about that. I have a couple of issues. Number one, this game, let's face it, it's a great fighting game, but it's more well known for its busty, scantily clad female characters than its fighting mechanics. To talk about good and moral in a situation where you are blatantly using sex to sell a game is kind of oxymoronic in my opinion. Yeah, and I have a theory, it's probably wrong. But my theory is that Koei Tecmo is trying to kill this franchise by pissing on PC gamers. Because if any of us remembers, they didn't actually want to make this game. And the company was failing when they initially conceived it. And that's why it was called Dead or Alive, because the company was going to fail if this game did not succeed. And initially they didn't want this game because image problems being what they were. Now, the Japanese have a very different outlook on sexuality and sex than does America or even the United Kingdom. So, in a lot of Japanese society, juxtaposing the image of a company with what could be deemed objectionable representation of women in video games can go side by side so long as the image of the company is maintained. However, I digress, because the point I want to make is not that. The thing is, when you're talking about a largely heterosexual population and big, busty women in a video game, and some of these people even have the technical skill to modify said game, you have to expect that nude mods will be made. In fact, I believe one of the first nude mods was created for an earlier Dead or Alive game on a console, not a PC. Well, the mod was probably made on a PC, but the point being is that the mod appeared on a console and not a personal computer version of the game. That being said, in your statement, Tecmo, if you should ever watch this, you seem to be chastising the PC community for modding your intellectual property. And I do understand that you have to look at it from the perspective of an intellectual property creator. You have to uphold your rights as the IP holder. I get it. But the thing that you need to look at, there are two kinds of mods in my opinion, broadly speaking. There is an illicit mod or an unsupported mod, right? An unsupported mod is a mod which is made solely through the technical ability of the modder, and it is not supported by the game's publisher or developer through the use of tools given to the modding community in order to create said mods. One example would be the nude mod created for the game running on the screen right now. Now, there's a second class of mods, supported or legitimate mods, right? So these are mods created using tool sets given to the gaming community at large by the developer and publisher of the video game. One prime example of a successful foray into this is the Unreal Tournament series. Another would be most Source Engine games, because Valve, for a very long time, was in a partnership with Softimage, which allowed the creation and development of a specific tool set based around Softimage XSI back then, with a plugin that would import directly into the Source Engine so that players could create their own content for Source Engine-based games. Here's the thing, guys. Mods give your game another level of longevity that is not present without them. If you want people to continue playing your games, give them the ability to mod it without necessarily having to change the assets in the game. Let them create their own backgrounds, let them create their own characters. Because I guarantee you, people will begin to make videos of these things. They'll start teaching other people how to use these mod tools. And if you let us create multi-tiered stages, that would just be amazing. My point is, mods help sell your games long term. We're not just talking about short term. We're not talking about DOA's ability to break into the predominantly Street Fighter-based fighting game competitive community. We're talking about people who play your games because they like to play your games, being able to create their own backgrounds, to create their own characters that give your game longevity for them, because they'll be able to play the game in a completely different way than has previously been possible when this title was console only. Now, I understand that you don't want people to disrespect the assets, and I hope that this is more about the work and the time that your staff has put into the game than it is about any moral turpitude regarding the game itself, because like I said, we know why people play DOA. It is a great fighting game, but it also features some very, very good characters. And male characters, if you're into that sort of thing. I hope that the fact that the PC modding community created a nude mod for this game will not prevent me from releasing any further games on the PC, because I did read the response to the letter that was issued, and you said that one of the reasons why you finally decided to put Dead or Alive out on the PC is that you wanted to share the excitement of the PC user. And that's fantastic. My question is, what took so long? PCs have been able to run Dead or Alive satisfactorily for quite a while. The machine that I'm running this on was built in 2012 with parts that came out in 2011. And there was no DOA when I did this. I would have put it on there. I think it is totally disrespectful to do a number of things, but I'll only talk about maybe 2 or 3 here, and I'll close that. 1, to chastise a community for doing what they do. It is the internet. The internet is full of trolls, people who want to do things in order to shock people, to piss people off, and it's not necessarily malicious, it's because they enjoy that sort of thing. They get a rise out of it. You have to allow a certain segment of the population to be able to do that. That's part of creative freedom. The other thing, the other really big thing, well, the second really big thing is that you threatened that if such things were to happen, you would not service the PC platform any further, which is a huge mistake because the prevalence of PC gaming has been in an uptick, and to do that would possibly lead to a huge financial dip. I mean, for the same price of a console, and this is one of the reasons that I personally converted strictly over to PC gaming over the past few years, is that the exclusive titles on consoles are not compelling enough for me to purchase a console for $400 to $500 when I could take that same money and build a PC that can outperform any of those consoles that are locked at 30 FPS most of the time, if not all. Because of NTSC standards in US and Japan and PAL standards in Europe, that's pretty much what video games have been locked to for a long while. So to threaten the PC community into saying that you will no longer serve the PC community if these conditions are met, that might be poking the bear, as they say, or angering someone needlessly in order to make a point when it could backfire. The other really big thing before I go is leaving the PC community with a subpar port that does not impede the next-gen particle effects nor the quality of textures expected from a next-generation game. The only thing that is on par with the PS4 version of the game is, or are rather, the shadows. That you can toggle on and off, and you can choose different resolutions for it. The texture quality of the game is the same as was present in the 360 version, and I did a side-by-side comparison. I rented DOA5 on 360, popped it in, and took a look at it, explored some YouTube videos. I no longer own a 360, so I had to borrow one. But to leave the PC community with a subpar port is an egregious crime, and by doing so, you are basically telling the PC community, no matter what you say in words, no matter what you say in words, that you do not care about the quality of your games on this platform, and you have used words to indicate everything to the contrary, but when you do this, you are saying you do not care. You are saying that you would rather service a platform that you can more easily control, so you can, than to take a risk putting out your games on PC while basing your business decisions on the stereotype of the PC pirate and the people who just mess up your games. That is not okay. And if you are going to cancel the volleyball game that's supposed to be coming out soon, a re-release of DOA Volleyball, a new game, hopefully, on PC, simply on that pseudo-moralistic basis, I will be boycotting any further Tecmo video games, because obviously you don't care about the gaming community like everybody else. You only care about bottom dollar, which is fine, but I don't have to participate. That being said, thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully I was somewhat cohesive because I'm flying off the cuff here, and I hope you guys enjoy. If any of you watching the video agree with the things that I've said, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Hopefully it makes it back to the developer. I hope. And I hope going forward in the future they reconsider their decision to support the PC platform in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. This has been Captain Gimpy from Whaaaaaat Games. Talk to you all soon.